In 2026, subtle energetic shifts reveal where your inner balance seeks renewal and deeper alignment. AstroPrinciple guides you through these transitions with clarity and warmth, helping you understand how planetary influences shape your emotional flow. This year invites you to release old patterns, reconnect with your natural rhythm, and move toward a more grounded, spiritually awakened version of yourself, where your chakras support your emotional and spiritual growth. Aries enters 2026 with the root and solar plexus chakras seeking steadiness and conscious direction. AstroPrinciple highlights how Mars amplifies your reactions, making minor challenges feel urgent or deeply personal. When these chakras wobble, restlessness, impatience, or a need to prove yourself may rise. This year invites you to ground before acting, letting your fire move with intention rather than impulse. As your root chakra stabilizes, clarity replaces reactivity. Your solar plexus strengthens when you trust your inner authority instead of forcing outcomes. Through mindful movement, breath work, and emotional honesty, 2026 becomes a year where your courage feels rooted, your confidence becomes calm rather than explosive, and your fire burns with purpose instead of pressure. Taurus moves through 2026 with the throat and heart chakras gently recalibrating under Venus's influence. AstroPrinciple guides you to notice where silence has replaced truth or where comfort has overshadowed growth. When these chakras drift out of balance, you may hold back your feelings to maintain peace or cling to routines that no longer nourish you. This year invites you to speak with softness yet honesty, allowing your voice to reflect your inner needs. As your heart chakra opens, emotional heaviness dissolves, making space for deeper connection. Your throat chakra strengthens when you express boundaries without guilt. Through steady reflection and heartfelt communication, 2026 becomes a year where emotional clarity returns, relationships deepen, and your grounded nature feels renewed. Gemini steps into 2026 with the throat and third eye chakras seeking harmony between thought and intuition. AstroPrinciple encourages you to observe how Mercury's quick energy can scatter your focus or amplify inner noise when these chakras fall out of balance. You may feel torn between logic and instinct or struggle to express deeper emotions without over-explaining. This year invites you to slow your mental pace and trust the quiet signals beneath the surface. As your throat chakra steadies, your words gain sincerity and emotional resonance. Your third eye strengthens when you allow intuition to guide decisions rather than analyzing every possibility. Through mindful pauses, creative expression, and honest conversations, 2026 becomes a year where your inner clarity deepens and your mind and intuition finally move in harmony. Cancer moves through 2026 with the heart and sacral chakras asking for emotional renewal and gentler boundaries. AstroPrinciple highlights how the moon's shifting tides intensify your sensitivity, making old memories resurface or emotional needs feel heavier than usual. When these chakras wobble, you may absorb others' feelings too deeply or struggle to release attachments that no longer support your growth. This year invites you to nurture yourself with the same devotion you offer others. As your sacral chakra rebalances, creativity and emotional flow return with ease. Your heart chakra strengthens when you allow vulnerability without losing your center. Through rest, reflection, and compassionate self-care, 2026 becomes a year where emotional balance returns and your intuition guides you with renewed strength. Leo moves through 2026 with the heart and solar plexus chakras seeking deeper harmony between confidence and emotional truth. AstroPrinciple highlights how the sun amplifies your inner fire, making both joy and vulnerability feel larger than life. When these chakras wobble, you may crave validation more intensely or withdraw when affection feels uncertain. This year invites you to soften your inner roar and let compassion flow inward first. As your heart chakra opens, emotional generosity becomes sustainable rather than draining. Your solar plexus strengthens when you act from authenticity instead of performance. Through gentle self-reflection, mindful breathing, and honest connection. 2026 becomes a year where your radiance feels grounded, your courage becomes compassionate, and your presence inspires warmth without needing to prove anything. Virgo enters 2026 with the solar plexus and throat chakras asking for clarity, confidence, and emotional expression without overthinking. AstroPrinciple guides you to notice how Mercury's analytical influence can tighten your inner flow when you try to perfect every detail before speaking your truth. When these chakras drift out of balance, you may experience hesitation, self-criticism, or a sense of carrying invisible responsibilities. This year invites you to trust your intuition as much as your logic. As your solar plexus strengthens, decision-making becomes lighter and more intuitive. Your throat chakra opens when you express needs without rehearsing them. Through gentle boundaries, mindful pauses, and compassionate self-talk, 2026 becomes a year where your inner authority grows, your communication becomes clearer, and your emotional energy feels steady and empowered. Libra moves through 2026 with the heart and sacral chakras navigating a delicate dance between harmony and authenticity. AstroPrinciple reminds you that your Venus-ruled nature seeks balance, yet sometimes this desire leads you to silence your deeper needs. When these chakras wobble, you may feel torn between pleasing others and honoring your own desires, or you may sense emotional stagnation beneath your calm exterior. This year invites you to return to your emotional center and let honesty guide your choices. As your sacral chakra reawakens, creativity flows more freely and relationships feel more genuine. Your heart chakra strengthens when you allow yourself to receive support without guilt. Through mindful connection, gentle reflection, and emotional openness, 2026 becomes a year where you rediscover inner equilibrium and create harmony that feels stable, soulful, and truly yours. Scorpio enters 2026 with the root and third eye chakras undergoing deep transformation, shaped by Pluto's intensity and your natural emotional depth. AstroPrinciple encourages you to observe how your powerful intuition can become overwhelming when these chakras fall out of balance. You may sense instability beneath the surface or experience heightened instincts that feel more like pressure than clarity. This year calls you to ground your intuition in calm awareness. As your root chakra stabilizes, your emotional world becomes less reactive and more centered. Your third eye strengthens when you trust the process instead of anticipating crisis. Through grounding rituals, emotional honesty, and conscious stillness, 2026 becomes a year where your inner power feels steady, your insights become sharper, and your energy moves with purpose rather than intensity. Sagittarius enters 2026 with the sacral and throat chakras seeking alignment between freedom and emotional truth. AstroPrinciple highlights how Jupiter expands your desires, making you crave movement, inspiration, and deeper meaning. When these chakras wobble, you may feel creatively blocked or struggle to express emotions without turning them into philosophy. This year invites you to reconnect with your inner fire through honest communication and creative exploration. As your sacral chakra reawakens, passion and curiosity return with renewed strength. Your throat chakra opens when you speak from vulnerability rather than certainty. Through mindful reflection, heartfelt conversations, and spiritual grounding, 2026 becomes a year where your wisdom deepens, your creativity flows freely, and your adventurous spirit finds emotional balance. Capricorn moves through 2026 with the root and heart chakras asking for stability, softness, and emotional presence. AstroPrinciple guides you to notice how Saturn's disciplined influence can create emotional distance when these chakras fall out of balance. You may feel pressure to stay strong, productive, or composed even when your heart seeks rest or connection. This year invites you to soften the walls you've built around your emotions. As your root chakra stabilizes, your sense of security becomes internal rather than dependent on achievement. Your heart chakra strengthens when you allow yourself to receive support without feeling weak. Through grounding rituals, gentle vulnerability, and intentional rest, 2026 becomes a year where your emotional world expands, your relationships deepen, and your inner strength feels steady and compassionate. Aquarius enters 2026 with the third eye and throat chakras seeking clarity, intuition, and authentic expression. AstroPrinciple highlights how Uranus's unpredictable influence can scatter your energy when these chakras drift out of balance. You may experience intuitive overload, sudden insights that feel overwhelming, or difficulty expressing your deeper emotions. This year invites you to ground your ideas in calm awareness and speak from your inner truth. As your third eye stabilizes, your intuition becomes clearer and more reliable. Your throat chakra strengthens when you express your feelings without detaching into logic or distance. Through mindful stillness, creative expression, and emotional honesty, 2026 becomes a year where your vision sharpens, your communication deepens, and your unique energy flows with purpose and balance. Pisces moves through 2026 with the crown and sacral chakras seeking harmony between spiritual openness and emotional grounding. AstroPrinciple guides you to observe how Neptune's dreamy influence can blur boundaries when these chakras wobble. You may feel overwhelmed by others' emotions, disconnected from your own needs, or lost in imagination without direction. This year invites you to anchor your sensitivity with grounding practices that support your emotional flow. As your sacral chakra rebalances, creativity and emotional clarity return. Your crown chakra strengthens when you connect to spirituality without losing touch with the physical world. Through gentle routines, intuitive listening, and compassionate self-care, 2026 becomes a year where your inner world feels peaceful, your intuition becomes a guide rather than a storm, and your spiritual energy flows with clarity. In 2026, your chakras guide you toward deeper awareness, emotional balance, and spiritual renewal. AstroPrinciple supports your journey by helping you understand how planetary influences shape your inner world. As you release old patterns and reconnect with your natural rhythm, you create space for clarity, healing, and soulful growth. This year invites you to trust your intuition, honor your emotional needs, and move forward with a grounded, awakened sense of self.